Hello, welcome back to Steve's Corner. We need an immigration policy now. It's time to quit fooling around. That Title 42 is ending come Thursday. They're already massing at the borders. From what I hear tell, they get about 200,000 a month come into the country. And that's what they know about. They don't know how many are gone they never even noticed or couldn't catch or whatever. It's just getting plain ridiculous now. A country is not made to take that many in every daggone month. We don't have the infrastructure to handle it. And they just let them go into the country. That's what gets me about it. They never show back up for their hearings. What they're doing is they're seeking asylum. They give them a note and tell them to come back. And they never show back up. What got me thinking about this was that the guy down there in Texas that shot his neighbors, shot all five of them. And I mean, he'd been back and forth across the border 4 times. They deported him 4 times, so he went back and forth 5 times. That Mayorkas or whoever says the border is secure. I don't know what book that come out of, because in my book, if a boy can just walk back and forth across the border like that, it ain't secure. 5 times he entered this country illegally. You know, we got enough shootings and bad things going on in this country that we don't need to be importing any more possible trouble. Texas had two, what, in the past 3 days? It's bad down there. And the ones that coming across, they don't screen them for anything. When they tell them that they can't be, because if they were screening them for anything, they wouldn't be able to come back across. I would imagine. I don't know, man. It's squirrely. It really is squirrely. But it's time to do something about that. It's the effect of this country being invaded. You don't know what nationalities are coming across. You don't know the background on the people, or the escaped criminals. You remember back in the 70s when they brought all them boat people, the refugees from no, no, them Cubans come up here that time. That was back. Was that in the 70s or the 80s? One. There was a bunch of them come up here, man, and they kept them in them big camps so they could screen them and stuff. That's the very least that they need to do on these people here. That was when old Castro opened the prisons and sent everybody up here. I mean, you just don't know. And you see how bad Miami got there for a while. I don't know how bad it is now. I ain't paid no attention to it. Got no desire to go, so I don't pay attention to it. But it's the same thing going to happen here. Only these people here are being spread all over the country, and Texas just can't handle it by themselves. It needs to be federal government needs to get involved and go ahead and put an end to it. Need to halt all immigration for a little while or something till things settle down. It's bad. I mean, up here it's straining the daggone school systems. You got a kid that comes into class, he can't speak English. So you have to teach the kid and the parents, they can't speak English, or they choose not to. I mean, it's hard. It's not fair for the child. It's not fair for the other kids in the class. It's not fair for the teacher to have to put up with that. You know, it affects a lot more than they're letting on about. It's a bad situation all around. And we got it bad enough in this country right now as far as inflation and economy and all the trouble we have. And that ain't counting the overseas trouble we got with Ukraine and Russia and China and Iran and all them people, North Korea. I mean, this looks like it'd be something simple that they could put put an end to, they could fix some kind of way. I see they sending the National Guard or somebody down there to help the border police, or that's what Biden had wanted to do. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. He said he put in 1,500 new border guards in down there to help with the influx that's going to be coming across this weekend, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what they can do about it. My guess is to put up a U.S. employment office down there in Mexico. You want to come across, you go through that employment office. Anybody that needs help can hire them from there, and they're responsible for them. If you put a company in charge of being responsible for who they hire, they're going to take their time and get a decent person because they don't want them to just come across and skip out on them. That'd be a good way to stop it. Instead of having a U.S. embassy down there, put a dozen or two employment offices down there. I don't know. That'd be an idea. I don't know. It's bad. Getting worse every day. They had a daggone. It was down there in Texas too. They had a car get loose down there in a van or something, and drove into a line of people down there at one of the border offices. I don't know how many they killed, but I mean there was a bunch of them got injured in it. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I hadn't heard no more about that one. I don't know. But I think it's out of control, and I think it would be an easy fix for them if anybody had took the initiative to get it fixed. I see Kamala ain't going to do it. They moved her to what the AI czar or some bull. She did such a bang up job down at the border. I guess she got a job advancement, an improvement in her job. I guess promotion. If she hangs in there and Biden wins the presidency, she'll get a big promotion in too. I don't think he'll make it through the next 4 years. He might live through the next four, but he might become unfit for office if he hangs in it 4 more years. I don't know. I don't know. Things ain't got nowhere to go from here but up, man. I just can't see it getting no worse. Well, I got some work to get done before the sun goes down. Y'all take care, and we'll talk to y'all later.